Hello, and thank you for choosing the Iowa College Access Network to help you in your scholarship process. Today we will cover where to find scholarships, completing the application, and writing the scholarship essay. Scholarships are available to assist students with paying for educational expenses. Unlike student loans, scholarships do not have to be repaid. There are a wide variety of programs available through state, federal, and private sources. Because each scholarship program is unique, it is important to read and understand the specific eligibility requirements and application deadlines. There are approximately 2.4 million scholarships available, worth approximately $14 billion in aid. So, where can we find all this free money for college? First, check with your high school counselor. Many counselors will post scholarship applications on bulletin boards near their office or post them on the high school website. This allows students and parents easy access to the applications. Many will also include new scholarships in the daily announcements. Students, be sure to keep your eyes and ears open to catch these worthwhile opportunities. Students, do you have a part-time job? If so, your employer may offer a scholarship you can apply for. Also, ask your parents, maybe they work for a company or an organization that offers scholarships for their employees' children. Next, think about professional and religious organizations. Does your church or place of worship offer a scholarship? Make sure you check into this, especially if you do volunteer work for your church and community. And don't forget about the colleges and universities. Visit the financial aid office or go online on the college's financial aid homepage for scholarship listings. And by all means, take advantage of the free online scholarship searches. For example, you can go on fastweb.com, answer a few questions about yourself, and receive information on scholarships you may qualify for. So let's cover some basic scholarship search tips. First, this is a numbers game. Think of the scholarship search process in rules of 10. On average, for every 100 scholarships you find, you may qualify for about 10, and for those 10 applications, you may be awarded 1. Don't get discouraged if you apply for many and only win a few. This is hard work and time-consuming. Treat your scholarship hunt as a job. The more time and planning you invest in your job, the more money you will make. Next tip, don't pass on the small scholarships. The $500 and $1,000 scholarships add up. You may have a better chance of winning small scholarships since many students overlook them. Every scholarship you are eligible for is worth applying for. Tip 3, save time with a portfolio, or what I can call as an activity resume. When you begin the scholarship application process, you will see most applications request generally the same information. Having a completed portfolio or activity resume will allow you to complete these applications in a timely manner. If you need assistance with getting started on an activities resume, go to the ICANN website and click on the resource zone. Download the activities resume template and enter in all your achievements, awards, and activities you participate in and print out a hard copy. Now you have a great tool to assist you in completing your applications. Next tip, pay close attention to the details. The #1 killer of scholarship chances is preventable mistakes. Follow instructions carefully. Some scholarships require you to write an essay, others may want letters of recommendation. Send in what is requested and proofread everything. Be mindful, spell check does not catch everything. For example, remember the different spellings and meanings of two, and two, T-O-O, T-O, and T-W-O. Typos, missing information, and not following directions may cost you a scholarship. Tip 5, searching is a year-round sport. Scholarships have different deadlines. To help you keep track of the revolving deadlines, create a spreadsheet or some sort of organizational system to ensure you get your application in on time. Be sure to set aside some time each day, even if it's only 15 minutes, to review new scholarship opportunities. And there are scholarships for everyone. While it may seem many scholarships are intended for the very top academic performers or for students who demonstrate the greatest financial need, the reality is there are scholarships for everyone out there. Scholarships can be based on your background, your hobbies, interests, or your college major. For example, you may win a scholarship if you make a prom dress out of duct tape, or if you're a vegetarian, or even if you're a Star Trek enthusiast. And finally, it is never too early to get started. The sooner you start researching and preparing for your scholarship campaign, the more money you can win. If you organize well, you will be able to easily apply to those scholarships that you were qualified for. In fact, I recommend freshmen start looking at the scholarships and pay special attention to the requirements. What type of qualifications must you meet in order to be eligible? As a freshman, you have 4 years to work on achieving those qualifications. So when the time comes to put in your scholarship application, you're good to go. Now, these tips were provided by Christopher S. Pinn. You can learn more about his scholarship search secrets at www.studentscholarshipsearch.com/ebook. But please do be aware of scholarship scams. Be aware of the claim that this scholarship is guaranteed or your money back, or you can't get this information anywhere else. Or my personal favorite, reserve your scholarship with your credit card number now. Remember the golden rule in scholarships. Money flows to the student, never the other way around. Now, onto the application. When you sit down to fill out scholarship applications, have the following information on hand. First, high school transcripts. Scholarship applications will require you to provide your GPA or grade point average or a list of courses you took or are currently taking in high school. You may also be asked to provide a list of your activities you were involved in. This is another good reason to do an activity resume. Be sure to keep your ACT, SAT scores and class rank handy too. You can get this information from your high school counselor. Lastly, you may need family financial information as some scholarships are based on financial need. The Scholarship Search Committee may request the results of your free application for Federal Student Aid or FAFSA and your EFC or expected family contribution to qualify. You may also need to provide 1 or more letters of recommendation. Students, be thinking, who can write you a good letter of recommendation? And no, sorry, it cannot be mom and dad or grandma and grandpa. Chances are they really like you and of course they're going to say good things about you. Choose someone impartial, like a counselor, teacher, coach, or employer. Someone you have a good relationship with that will effectively convey why you are the best candidate for that scholarship. Now, courtesy counts here. Give them at least 1 to 2 weeks advance notice before you need the letter. And be sure to hand them a copy of your activities resume so they can tailor the letter specifically to you. Now, on to that essay. Before you begin, consider your audience. Who will be reading your essay? What makes you the ideal candidate for the scholarship? Keep these points in mind as you brainstorm for ideas and create an outline to tailor your essay to your audience. Start the essay off right. Try to capture the reader's attention and draw them into your story. Perhaps even a humorous beginning would be one way to grab a reader's attention. For example, listen to this student's introductory paragraph. His topic was how he handled losing in his life. He writes, "I'm a good loser. It is an art that I have perfected. When I was 6, I lost a button up my nose. I put it up there and it never came back. My mother took me to a doctor and he could not find anything. To this day, I have no idea where that button went. For all I know, it could still be up there." Now, for me, that beginning is an attention grabber, and I want to know more about this student. Using a sincere and funny opener is a great way to invite your audience into your essay. Also, with your essay, don't tell your story. You want to paint a picture in the mind of the reader. Use examples to illustrate your ideas. If you have difficulty writing essays, record yourself as you answer the essay question out loud, then transcribe the recording. Most people can think and speak faster than they can type. Use these 4 keys to writing a good essay from Kevin McCullen at CollegeWise to help. First, don't try to impress the admissions officers. Just be honest. Tell the truth about yourself. Don't worry so much about what is going to sound really good or what they want to hear. Colleges just want to get to know you better. Be honest, do not exaggerate about your grades or accomplishments. If you do, it will surely come back to bite you in the end, since most scholarships committees will get all the facts before awarding any money. Next, own your story. Write stories that no one else can write but you, by including as much detail as you can. If your story is bland and not packed full of details, consider another one. Don't repeat information from the rest of your application as well. Write about things that you have not shared on your application, or use the essay to convey new information about something you've already mentioned. And lastly, sound like you. Write things that you could actually say to someone else and use language as if you were describing this out loud to a teacher or counselor you respected. Your essays should sound exactly like you. Now for the ending. Just like your intro, you want to create a strong ending. Focus on your main message and draw a thoughtful conclusion. Avoid simply summarizing the essay or simply typing the words "the end." Tie the story together and remind the reader why you are the best candidate for that scholarship. This is your chance to make a lasting impression with your audience. Make sure you proofread your essay. After all the work you put into your essay, you don't want your scholarship application to be overlooked due to a glaring typo. Get a parent or teacher to proofread your essay. Another good method of proofing is to read your essay out loud. Is there a good flow to your essay, or does it sound choppy and pieced together? When you do win that scholarship, you want to be sure to write a thank you note. Scholarship donors simply want to support students like you. They typically ask for nothing in return. Receiving a well-written thank you note from a recipient is important and lets the donor know that his or her gift was greatly appreciated. Your letter reminds them why they gave in the first place and will also help secure continuing gifts for future students. Thank you for watching, and remember to visit ICANN website at icansucceed.org for additional resources, or call one of our 8 locations for assistance at 877-272-4692. You can also return to our video library and check out helpful tips on other college planning and financial aid topics.